What's up guys, Derrick here from dasedesigns.com with a brand new speed art video. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so as you can see from the thumbnail, today's video is going to be a mascot logo design for a personal brand. And you know, the basic concept for this was my client had the idea of the McCree character, who really liked that guy from the Overwatch game, and we figured, okay, we'll just use that for his logo design as a base. So the base is pretty much a cowboy, an outlaw, you know, and that's what this character pretty much entails that I'm creating right here. So yeah, that's the base for this mascot logo. So in a previous video, I got the question about mood boards. You know, like, how do you create them? Why are they created? What are they good for? Are they really necessary? So I figured I'd really try to dive a bit deeper on mood boards in general. So since I'm creating this mascot that you're looking at, I figure I'll leave the mood board and you can check that out right now. Alright guys, so I hope you paused the video, checked out the images that I referenced, that I looked at, that inspired me, that helped me, that, you know, create this design. So as you guys can see, just from that mood board alone, there's a few images. Sometimes my mood boards can be twice the size, triple the size. Sometimes they may have only one image on it. It really doesn't matter. So this one was really created just to get a little bit of inspiration to draw from. So like the McCree character from Overwatch was kind of where I got the idea from, the poncho that you'll see in a few minutes here, that I wound up extending out, making longer. And there's another image on there that has a design of like this cowboy who has a yellow mustache. So that's kind of where I got the ideas for the mustache. You know, originally I started off with the kind of like a bandana over his face, but I thought that was ugly and overused, so I switched it up to a mustache. So another thing that I had on there was like a few images of logo designs from great designers in the sports that usually create sports-based designs, logo designs. So I really included those because they were really simple. They're what I would imagine as something that's a classic design that'll last a while. So I really just put those in my mood board just to, you know, remind myself every time I looked at it that if it's supposed to be a logo design, it has to be simple, and it has to be, you know, it has to be simple so it can work on a smaller scale. This is one thing that actually sprung up to my client, you know, that this logo is not only going to be seen on shirts and jerseys potentially, but it's also going to be seen on social media as your avatar, profile picture, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be about 1 inch and maybe even smaller. So it has to be able to be understood on that size, on that scale. So keeping it simple and not overcrowding the image and the design is, you know, how you create the success of something that works on a smaller scale. You know, if I would have did more details, it would really just reduce the quality of the logo design on a smaller scale. Of course, it would look dope. It would look great on a bigger scale, like a shirt, an advertisement, maybe on the side of like a poster or something like that. But when it's really small, it's just going to suck. So that's one thing, you know, just to put it blunt, don't put too many details. If it's going to be a logo, don't put too many details because it's going to suck on a small scale. And that's really something you don't want to happen. That's something I don't want to happen. So yeah, anyways. So mood boards, you know, it really depends on the type of project you're creating. Maybe you're creating a project for lawn chairs and they want them to be futuristic. So maybe you gather a bunch of photos from, you know, futuristic designs, maybe some from movies like iRobot. Maybe you have the robots running around, and when he goes to see the doctor or whatever that guy's name is, you put some of those in there to reference that and kind of inspire your direction, your creative direction in regards to simplicity, in regards of shape, regards of maybe even color and all these things. Like, those are the type of things that mood boards are really used for, and that's you know, what I use them for as well. On this one, it was a little bit different. It was mainly for, you know, keeping a sense of simplicity and just for like referencing when I'm actually drawing the character. If it was for a different kind of logo, I'll usually, like if it was a symbol based logo design or letter based, I'll usually put some typography in there, different typefaces, different styles of designs, and even I'll go digging deep into like ancient symbols. This is something I recently did. I was doing some digging for like ancient symbols, so kind of like mystic, magical symbols of like ancient African, even Egyptian symbols, just to give that kind of simplicity and the vibe and the style of design that they used back in the day, just to inspire myself to keep it simple and unique. So that's just something to keep in mind. The good thing about mood boards is they are personally tailored to the person who is using them and who creates them. So, you know, it's really all up to your creativity. There's no rules. That's one thing I want you guys to know. You know, there aren't any rules when creating a mood board. It's really just to help you, and that's really it. So you know, go wild, put whatever you want on there as long as it helps your, you know, your creative mindset and anything in regards to the project, and, you know, helping it move along in the proper direction. And that's really it with mood boards. You know, you can put whatever you want on there, like the futuristic lawn chairs. Maybe put a lawn chair on there, and then there's this other chair that just happens to be floating in the air. So maybe use that to like create invisible legs or something, transparent legs, so they look as almost if the lawn chairs are floating or something like that. So anyways, that's kind of like the base for, you know, mood boards. There can be anything on there: typography, colors, other people's designs, different styles of designs. You know, it can be architecture. It doesn't even have to be design. Maybe it could be like a random patch of grass in the middle of the desert or something. You know, it can be anything, you know, as long as it helps your creative direction. So that's really one thing I wanted to touch on in this video, are the mood boards. So yeah, another thing, there is a song that has been playing the whole video, and that's gonna turn up once I shut up. So that song is a remix. It's a remix version of Killing in the Name. So I hope you guys like that song. I felt like it fit really well with this kind of logo design and the mascot, the styles and the vibes, you know, the outlaws with the revolvers, shooting people, killing people in the name of whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully this talk kind of helped you guys, on any of you who may have been confused or just needed some more information on, not mascot logos, but on mood boards in general. So yeah, guys, again, it is Derrick from dasedesigns.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.